9 p.m.
It is July 3rd, 2020 at 10:39 p.m. and it's been a weird week. I've been really good about going to the gym this week and really good about just trying to get back on course. I haven't been hanging out with anybody. I haven't been, doing my best to not waste time. In the mornings, it's been taking me a little bit to get going, but once I get going, I get shit done. Some of the inner work stuff I have to do, I haven't been keeping pace with, but I'm trying to make strides in that as much as possible. And for this week, I want to do something a little bit different, but something I also had an idea of a while ago, which was to read off something I wrote in my journal, but not any journal, it's a Daily Stoic journal, Ryan Holiday's. And this is just from yesterday. The written question prompt is, what is a harder choice I'm avoiding? And we do the journal, the way the journal works is like there are three, I want to say three, every 4 months there's a major topic, and then every month there's a subtopic, and then every week there's something to think about. And this one is week 27 of the year, and it's titled Protect Your Own Good. And of course the prompt from July 2nd was, what is a harder choice I'm avoiding? So I guess what I'll do is just read it off, and if it sounds good I'll keep it. If not, I'll try to edit it and make it sound better. But I'm going to be looking down at my thing a little bit and we'll go from there. See how my reading skills are. So there's a morning reflection and evening reflection. So the morning reflection, and the question again is, what is the harder choice I'm avoiding? Letting go of the past. I'm holding on to it, clutching it for dear life. I feel like I might lose me and die. The attachment I have are all the things, memories, feelings, etc. that happened. To let go feels like releasing all of those things, good and bad. I'm behaving how I am and living how I am because I had to make changes to my life based on past events. If I let go, why would I do all the things I do now? There are so many ingrained thought loops and habits. What will happen to all of those? The hard choice is to let go and move on. My emotions are holding me back. The internal struggle is hard. It's all consuming and draining. I have to learn to let go. Evening reflection. Deciding what I want. I am refusing to put a stake in the ground and declare what I want. I'm running from the commitment. I don't want to make a decision on my life and live with the consequences, good or bad. I have been burned by my own decisions. I say I take responsibility, but I haven't internalized it. The main thing is I'm scared of making the wrong choice. Also scared that I won't be able to achieve the things in my dreams. There's a huge gap between what I want and what I feel like I can truly achieve. It's all internal in my head. I do have to make a decision and move my life forward intentionally and consciously. And what this touches on is, for a long time I've been stuck in thought loops that have to go to the past and certain events that happened and how I replay it and yada yada yada. And a couple times I've come to the conclusion that I'm thinking about the past because I'm not comfortable where I am in the present, and as a result I'm also not comfortable about the future because past events are kind of indicative of future events, and I don't have a clear picture of what I want and what I'm moving towards. So when I do start taking action towards kind of things I want, and it becomes, the road gets bumpy and I kind of fall off or whatever, I think back to why did that happen, and then the thought loops kick in because they're so ingrained because of whatever thing from whatever ago. And so like it's such a knee-jerk, it's so ingrained that it's just happening, and I have to catch the thought loop way after the fact. But I'm more and more conscious of it now, and now I'm really having to like purposely massively shift focus and say, okay, I gotta want this and I gotta go after it, and I gotta be okay with cutting out all these other things. And cutting out all those other things is what I'm attached to. Because if I cut them out, will I be satisfied with what I am focusing on? And I haven't been able to make that choice and that distinction and that commitment And so it's like, because I haven't chosen one thing, I feel like I've chosen everything, but you can't choose everything. And because of that, I have nothing. I really hope that made sense, because it made sense in my head. So just slowly but surely just gotta find a way to pin down what I want, because in my head it just feels like, oh, I if someone asked me, I would give an answer, but it's nothing too tangible, it's not too clear. You know, in self-help they always, you know, make you write like a clear goal, a smart goal, blah blah blah. Like, I have small goals, but I just won't say what I want with confidence, and I won't stick to it, because I don't want to say commitment, but I want to say confidence. Confidence in that I can get what I want, even if it's not something like crazy, like, oh, $100 million, or like some this or that. Like, just personal goals, it's just not, there's no confidence behind it, because I don't have my own self-confidence, because I don't have the self-esteem at the level I feel like I should or want. And so it's like all these things kind of work together, and it's not all there. And it's almost just easier to think to the past and play the victim card and play the woe is me card or the whatever card, and just kind of stick to that. And your body also becomes addicted to those emotions, because it's so used to it. So it knows, the body can trigger the mind to kick up certain thoughts to get that hit of particular drug it needs, of, you know, dopamine, oxytocin, other drugs for, you know, when you want to be angry, blah 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 blah. So it's like, it's all, you have to kind of unpack it one at a time, but at the same time, everything at the same time. And you know, I have made the effort to think about what I want. I've written it down, you know, I've taken the time. I don't follow up on it. I don't make smart goals and clear goals and just practically push towards it, because this past thing is just so overwhelming for me, and it's so like a vortex. It just sucks me back in. But I do know, like, when I'm clear-headed and, like, you know, top of mind, that okay, the way I'm doing things is not going to work, and I'm 29, and like, there's no fucking way. Like, this is the inflection point. I have to figure out what I want, and I have to be realistic, because I also am 29 and I have X amount of resources and X amount of time and yada yada. So it's like, it can't be this rosy picture of when I was, let's say, 10 years ago at 19 or 20, you know, going into college, like, oh, I can do whatever. Like, that ship has sailed, for real. This world is fucking crazy right now, but I think that will, you know, I mean, that is what it is, out of my control, but things are changing rapidly. The world is changing rapidly. Like, I've changed a lot in the last year, but also since 2018, the beginning, so 7 July, 2.5 years have changed a lot, especially emotionally, internally. A lot has changed, and so you got to figure out what I want and really go after it. And one thing I'll pat myself on the back for is this 12-week breakthrough program I'm in. It's starting of week 5 yesterday. I've been kind of lagging on that just because it's a little bit tough to do those questions, but I know I need to do it. It'll help me at least solve the past trauma issues that I keep looping in my head. And then there's another person named Ross Rosenberg who deals with codependency and narcissism. Actually, I have this book right here. Human Magnet Syndrome, pretty freaking good. Although it's written like a nerd, because he is a nerd. It's not like an easy read, but it's a good read. And so, like, I have made a lot of progress in certain things, just because it's been so time consuming, and I've always just been like, I want to know why this happened, I want to know why that happened. I care so much about answers and so much about what the truth is, of like the actual truth, and I have a huge predisposition to it's not about believing what people say, but I know people tell a lot of white lies, and I've had it in the past where people just tell me things to just kind of assuage me and just be like, okay, get on with your day. And so, like, that really bugs me. So I always push people and say, like, okay, what happened? Why did that happen? What was going on? I want the details. I want the gory details. Like, I care so much because I think it matters, and I feel like it matters, and I've thought that way for so long that, like, it just kind of is a part of me. but I know it's not anything real or tangible. It's just some mechanism I developed just for my own conscience to have answers. But the program I'm in now is good. I need to follow through on it. I'm making progress slow and steady. I've fallen behind a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. There's a couple more weeks and there's a little bit more time to catch up. Ross's stuff is good. So like there's stuff I can do, and I have to keep doing it because the way I am right now is not enough. And if I don't take a lot of action, it will continue to get worse, and then I'll be in real fucking trouble.